Welcome, crewmate. I'm glad you made it. We're going to use compatible numbers to help estimate the answers to division problems. Compatible numbers are just numbers that are easy to divide. Let's look at some examples. Please go to page 224 in your book, page 224, and we're going to look at some examples. So as I said before, we're going to be using compatible numbers. Compatible numbers are just numbers that are easy to divide mentally. So if we look at these examples, here we have 11.75 divided by 3. So we're going to round this 11.75 to be 12, right? Because if it was 12 divided by 3, well, that's very easy. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So we know our answer is going to be about 4. And that's what we're going to do. We're just doing about today. You don't even have to find the final perfect solution. Isn't that great? I think so. So let's try another one. So on number 2 here, here's a word problem. The Jenkins family bought 5 tickets to a charity auction. The receipt shows a total cost of the tickets. Estimate the cost of each ticket, justify your answer. So we have 5 tickets that cost $61.25. So you would write it the way they did here, $61.25 divided by 5. And so I'm choosing 60. I'm rounding it, but sometimes when you round it, you're not going to round it the regular way because you always round it to a compatible number. So I know that 60 is easily divisible by 5. So that's why I'm rounding 61.25 to 60, and 5 goes into 60 12 times. So now I know my answer is about 60. So, and 60 is about 61.25. That's why they have the wavy equal sign there. Okay, cool. Let's go down. And now let's see if we can try a few of these. This will be interesting. So why don't you try letter A on your own? Ready, go. All right, so what you should have is 49.3. We can round that. Now here's a good example. We're going to round this not up to 50. We're going to round it down to 49 because 50 divided by 7, not so easy, but 49 divided by 7, that's easy. So we have 49 divided by 7. And I know that 7 times 7 is 49. So A, you should have 7. Isn't that great? So again, we're estimating each quotient. And you guys know quotient means the answer to a division problem. Okay, so let's try B. And you're going to change that 98.1 to be something that is compatible or that is easily divisible by 25. Ready, go. Okay, so you should have changed 98.1 to just 100. 100 divided by 25 is just plain old 4. That's pretty easy, right? And now let's try the last one on this page. Suppose the Jenkins family, oh, it's those same people from up there. Suppose the Jenkins family decided to purchase 6 tickets for a total price of $64.50 using a discount. Estimate the cost of each ticket. Okay, so you're going to change $64.50 into some number that works well with 6. So it's really important that you know your times table so you know which ones to choose. So why don't you try letter C? Ready, go. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm dividing by 6, and $64.50 is close to, I could round it to 65, but I'm actually going to round it to a number that is not right next to it, but I'm going to round it to 66 because that's pretty close. And I know that 6 goes into 66 really well, and it's really easy. 66 divided by 6 is 11. So the answer, the estimate is 11. Got it? Great. Okay, so let's go to the next page, which is 225. Go to 225. So on the last page, we would estimate or round the dividend, which is the bigger number that is being divided. So this time, it's just showing you that sometimes you can use the divisor. You can estimate the divisor. So here we have 32 divided by 39, which we see here is written as 32 divided by 3.9. So sometimes this is the number that we're going to change. So 3.9 is close to 4. And I know that 4 fits into 32 a nice even 8 times. So that's why we do that. So let's look at the next examples down here. So we're going to round the divisor. And so just so that you remember what the divisor is, the divisor is one that's doing the dividing. So it's 6.8. We're going to round that to a whole number. And the dividend, that's the big number that's being divided, that's 56. So to round 6.8 to a whole number, that is a factor of 56. So copy all this stuff down if you haven't done it. So a factor of 56 means that's a number that you can divide easily or evenly into 56. So 6.8 will become 7 because I know 7 times something is exactly 56. So now instead of 6.8 divided into 56, it's going to be 7 into 56, which is 8, because 5, 6, 7, 8. 56 divided by 7 is 8. So 56 divided by 6.8 is about 8. 56 divided by 6.8 is about 8. And I can check by multiplying. And if I really do this, 6.8 times 8 is 54.4. 54.4, which is close enough. So I know that 54.4 is about 56. Oh, wow. Okay. So hopefully you get that. I think they explained it it's more clear how I do it. So let's try letter D. And I think what I'm going to just do is I'm going to just remind you how we're going to write this. 54 divided by 9.16 is going to be 54 divided by 9.16. So you're going to change this decimal number into a number that easily goes into 54. What will it be? Let's figure it out. See if you can do it. Ready, go. Okay. So you should have figured out that 9.16 is the same, is close to 9. So if I just do 9 into 54, well, I know my times tables really well. So I know that 6 times 9 is 54. So that means that for letter D, the answer would be approximately 6. Great. Now let's try letter E. Ready, go. All right, so we're going to change this one. Let's see, letter E. You have 10.75 into 99. I want to change this into a number that fits easily into 99. I could make it 10, but 10 doesn't fit evenly into 99. So let's go up to 11. Well, 11 into 99 is super easy, right? 11 times 9 is 99. And so the answer to this one would be 9. Great. Okay, let's go to the next page, page 226. And we're going to try some of these problems now together. It'll be super fun and easy. So let's try number 1. See if you can do this all by yourself. Remember, you're going to rewrite it in the box form, and you're going to change that 4.7 into something that goes evenly into 25. On your mark, get set, go. All right, so you should have changed 4.7 to 5, which becomes 25 divided by 5. And this one is so easy, I actually don't need to write it in box form. I know that 25 divided by 5 is 5. So this number, the answer is approximately 5. Cool. And now let's do a little thinner line here. Let's do number 2. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, now this one is a little bit trickier, right? Because if I'm just rounding this, I would make this be 41, right? 40.79 rounds up to 41, but 7 doesn't fit into 41. So not evenly anyway. So what is a compatible number? What is a number that goes well with 7? I would go up to, I have to know my 7 times tables, right? If I had a times table chart in front of me, I would just go down the 7 column and I'd see, okay, what number is closest to 40.79? And that would be 42. So 42 divided by 7, all of a sudden now this is an easy problem to do because I know that 42 divided by 7, hopefully you know, is 6. All right, now number 3, this is complex, isn't it? We have to estimate both of these numbers, right? We're going to try to make them both compatible numbers. So 984.76 and 38.1. I'll give you a hint. Both of these numbers will end with zeros. So do that. Estimate them to numbers that end with zeros before you start dividing. Ready, go. All right. So what we should have is 984, I'm going to just call that 1,000 because it's pretty close to 1,000. 38, that's pretty close to 40. And now I can divide 40 into 1,000, which you may think, but wait a minute, Mr. Singer, you said this is going to be super easy. Well, it is actually pretty easy because let me show you a trick on how to make this really easy. Whenever you're dividing and you have a 0 in the divisor and in the dividend, I can get rid of them. If I get rid of a 0 on that side, I get rid of a 0 on this side. Now it's just 100 divided by 4. OMG, that's so easy. I know there's 4 quarters in $1 or in 100 cents. So that means it's 25. 4 times 25 is 100. So the answer to this problem is 25. Okay, so now let's try number 4. This is a word problem and it has one little trick in it. So it says the average yearly precipitation means rain, for Gulfport, Mississippi is 65.3 inches. That's a lot. So let's just underline it because that's important information. 65.3 inches. About, that's another clue that means we're going to estimate. About how much precipitation does the area receive each month? Explain why your answer is reasonable. So here we go. Here they talk about yearly, and now we have to know monthly, right? So here's the trick. You need to know how many months there are in a year. How many months there are in a year? Let's see if you know that. Ready, go. Okay, so you know there are 12 months in a year, and this is 65 what is this? 65.3. So instead of 65.3, what is a number that 12 fits into that is close to 65.3? If you have a 12's times table chart, you can do it, but I can think, let's see. If I count by 12s, I go 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. So it fits into 60, and 60 is close enough to 65.3. So how many times does 12 fit into 60? Oh, sorry. Do the problem. Ready, go. All right, so you should have got 5. So it is approximately 5 inches a month, which is, that's a lot of rain. If you don't know about that, 5 inches a month, that's a lot. All right, last one, number 5. This is the last one we're going to do. It says Mauricio bought 6.75 yards of fabric. I'm going to underline that because it's important. 6.75 yards of fabric for a total of $47.50. About, that's important, about how much was the cost per yard. So we have to find out the cost per yard. I'm going to put that in a box because that's what we want to know. Explain why your answer is reasonable. So he bought 6.75 and it was $47.50. So let's see if you can figure it out. You're going to estimate both of these into numbers that are compatible, that are easily divisible. I'll give you a hint. Neither of these numbers will end in a 0. Ready, go. All right, so 6.75, that's close to 7. And 47.50, what number is it close to that is a factor of 7 or a multiple of 7? That would be 49, right? And I know that 7 times 7 is 49. So 49 divided by 7 is 7. So that means it is about $7 per yard. Ding. All right. Good job, everybody. Tomorrow, we're going to do the independent practice that goes with this. And I think you'll do really well. Goodbye.